this evening. First, Vice President Bar Chagio responds to concerns over the rise of Chinese-owned businesses in Guyana. Hear why the government says restrictions would violate international agreements and what's being done to level the playing field for local businesses. Plus, October marks Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and the Ghana Cancer Foundation kicks off its tree wrapping event to honor those affected by the disease. Find out how you can join the fight and why early detection is key. Also, an urgent message from GPL. 18,000 customers need to upgrade their prepaid meters before the month's end or risk losing power. We've got all the details on how to make the switch quickly and easily. And as the world prepares to celebrate World Teachers' Day, we talk to educators at Giselle Educational Institute about their passion for teaching and the challenges they face. Join us in saluting these unsung heroes. Finally, severe flooding in Bosnia and Herzegovina has claimed 16 lives, with entire communities underwater. We'll bring you the latest on the rescue efforts as the death toll is expected to rise. Stay tuned for these stories and more right here on Headline News Update. Welcome to this broadcast of Channel 2's Headline News Update for October 4th, 2024. I am Bibi Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. First up, Vice President Dr. Bar Chagio has responded to public concerns about the rising number of Chinese-owned shops across Guyana, stating that it is challenging for the government to restrict foreign businesses from operating in the country. During a recent press conference, Dr. Chagio explained that any restrictions based on nationality would be discriminatory and could violate World Trade Organization agreements, placing Guyana in a complex foreign policy position.
You can't stop a foreigner once they get access into the country, because we don't have restriction on foreigners or foreign companies establishing business in Guyana. There's no restriction on it. And it's hard to put a restriction based on nationality.
While emphasizing that these businesses must comply with local laws, the Vice President acknowledged instances where regulatory approvals are bypassed, such as permits for building construction or selling multiple items without the necessary license.
We've made it clear to the regulatory bodies, you have to enforce the law uniformly. You have to. And we believe that sometimes people are induced not to do that. So we're paying careful attention to this.
He called for more vigorous enforcement of regulations to ensure a level playing field for local and foreign businesses. Despite concerns, Dr. Chagio noted that some Guyanese welcome the presence of Chinese businesses, especially those renting property to them, due to their reliability in making timely payments. The government has instructed regulatory bodies to enforce law uniformly to address potential issues. On a different note, the Ghana Power and Light is calling on approximately 18,000 customers to upgrade their prepaid meters before October 1st, 2024, to prevent power loss. The utility company is transitioning to the latest version of the standard transfer specification, a requirement to meet international standards and enhance service nationwide. Rhonda Lefort, GPL's Divisional Director of Customer Services, emphasized that the upgrade offers better functionality and is necessary for continued service. Customers must contact GPL to receive 3 tokens required for the upgrade, a process that can be completed in just 2 minutes. If upgrades are not completed by the deadline, meters will be unable to accept prepaid tokens, cutting off electricity supply. Customers can contact GPL for assistance through helplines, and GPL has already conducted public outreach to facilitate a smooth transition. Stick around when we return, celebrating teachers, honoring their impact and voices on World Teachers' Day, and Ghana Cancer Foundation kicks off Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
GCOM is currently conducting a national registration exercise. Who can register? Anyone who will be 14 years or older by December 31, 2024 and is a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, naturalization, or is a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more. It is the civic duty and legal responsibility of all persons who meet the eligibility requirements to apply for registration. By doing so, you would be ensuring that you are issued a national identification card and be included in the official lists of electors for future elections, providing you meet all eligibility criteria. This registration exercise will end on November 29, 2024. For further information, contact GCOM on 225-027729 or visit the website www.gcom.org.gy.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny?
I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road, Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Furnishing your home or office has never been easier. Here at Kissoon's, our inventory of locally made and imported furniture, offered at amazing prices, will leave you wanting more. From vinyl, floor rugs and carpets, bedroom, dining and living room sets, mattresses, pillows, office desk, chairs and filing cabinets, outdoor benches and tables. We have a piece of furniture for every room imaginable in your home or office. Check out our flagship store at Industrial Site Rijnveld or one of our branches in New Amsterdam, Port Morant, Riverton and Cab Street. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 50 years.
Sneakily with a gift of sight from Modern Optical Services. Let our professional team examine and prescribe what's best for your eyes. Our smiles make fashionable faces. See us for a full line of optical services, including brand name and prescription eyewear. Modern Optical Services, 316 Middle Street, Georgetown, telephone 226-1082.
Welcome back. October marks Breast Cancer Awareness Month, a global campaign dedicated to raising awareness and supporting those affected by the disease. The Guyana Cancer Foundation is leading the charge by kicking off its annual tree wrapping event. More from Malcolm Carter.
The Guyana Cancer Foundation is launching Breast Cancer Awareness Month with their annual tree wrapping event on Main Street, Georgetown, to promote early detection and prevention. The tree wrapping initiative is a powerful reminder that we are stronger together in the fight against cancer. As we honor those affected by breast cancer today, let us remember that no one should face this battle alone. Bibi Hassan, the founder and president of the Guyana Cancer Foundation, explained that early detection can save lives, so women should do regular home testing.
Women should check their breasts and the comfort of their homes every month between after they've seen their period, between the 7 to 10 days after the period, they should check their breasts. And if they come up with any symptoms with, say, lump, dimple, puckering, discharge, they should contact the healthcare provider.
Breast Cancer Month 2024 is being observed under the theme, "No one should face breast cancer alone." Ms. Hassan said that the focus is on providing well-rounded care and support for patients, including medical treatment, emotional guidance, and help with navigating their social and psychological needs. Ms. Hema, who is battling cancer, spoke on the importance of support to persons fighting cancer.
3 months ago, I was diagnosed with thyroid cancer. I already had 2 surgeries and I'm still battling the fight. It is a different life. Everything changed, and people who you never expect to distance themselves. For some unknown reason, some person think this is a joke and it's a flu. It is not. Cancer is real. For me, in this whole fight, there isn't any medication and treatment that can cure except for the support, the love, and the comfort that anybody can give you.
Volunteers wrap trees in bright pink, the color that signifies breast cancer awareness, to create a striking, colorful display along Main Street. Raising awareness about breast cancer is crucial for encouraging early detection and providing support to those in need. Together, hope and resilience can be fostered, contributing to a healthier future for all. For Headline News Update, Malcolm Carter.
Thanks, Malcolm. Tomorrow marks World Teachers' Day, a global event celebrating teachers' invaluable role in shaping our future. It is a day dedicated to recognizing their dedication, hard work, and commitment to nurturing minds and empowering communities. Around the world, teachers dedicate countless hours to ensuring students receive quality education, often given above and beyond the call of duty. But being a teacher in today's world is challenging. Today, we spoke with some of the teachers at the Giselle Educational Institute to gain an insight into what motivated their career choices.
I had a passion for children, even though I'm only the mother of one. And because of her, I decided that, look, I need to be a rounded mother so I can help her in all her developmental stages.
I'm in the education department now for 35 years. What really inspired me was when I was very little. Long ago, you might not know, but we used slate. Slate. I'm not certain if Sir knows what a slate is, but I remembered as a child, my teacher coming around me, taking my hands and forming those letters with the slate. And the love and the passion that she did her job, how she executed it, it really made a lasting impression on me.
This year's theme is valuing teachers' voices towards a new social contract for education. It emphasizes teachers' pivotal role in shaping the future of education and the urgent need to incorporate their perspectives into educational policy and decision-making processes.
I believe a teacher's responsibility is a huge one. We are persons who mold the minds of children. I believe in not just teaching, I believe in being an example, being a role model for children. And so I cannot do it by myself, but with God's help, I know I am an excellent teacher because I team up with the Lord.
Like every other profession, the teaching profession also comes with challenges. Nevertheless, our teachers continue to persevere in educating the nation's children.
Being a nursery teacher is very challenging. We are mothers, I must say. When we take that responsibility seriously, we are mothers to these children.
My greatest challenge is my parents, some of them. You know, we have some good parents. All parents are good, but we have some that are a little bit difficult.
Today, let's extend our heartfelt appreciation to teachers everywhere. They are the unsung heroes of our communities, dedicating themselves to the future of our children and society. Happy World Teachers' Day to all. Don't go away after the break. UK agrees to give the sovereignty of the Chagos Islands to Mauritius. And Tanzanians vote in presidential election.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny? I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lenders, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Sneakily with a gift of sight from Modern Optical Services. Let our professional team examine and prescribe what's best for your eyes. Common smiles make fashionable faces. See us for a full line of optical services, including brand name and prescription eyewear. Modern Optical Services, 316 Mill Street, Georgetown. Telephone 226-1082.
Furnishing your home or office has never been easier. Here at Kissoon's, our inventory of locally made and imported furniture, offered at amazing prices, will leave you wanting more. From vinyl, floor rugs and carpets, bedroom, dining and living room sets, mattresses, pillows, office desk, chairs and filing cabinets, outdoor benches and tables. We have a piece of furniture for every room imaginable in your home or office. Check out our flagship store at Industrial Site Rijnveld or one of our branches in New Amsterdam, Port Morant, Riverton and Camp Street. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 50 years.
Welcome back. Now we take a look at what's happening in the region and around the world. Tanzanians are voting in the presidential election, with the current leader, Kais Saied, widely expected to win due to a lack of significant competition. However, after 5 years in office, unemployment remains high, particularly among the youth, and food prices have skyrocketed. Al Jazeera's Bernard Smith reports.
On a good day, Ayman Yazid can make about $15. It doesn't go far. Food prices have tripled in the past few years. Ayman says it's getting harder to feed his family.
When the revolution happened, we expected jobs for young people. We thought the country would change, but nothing has happened. I swear things were better before. When this new president came in, we thought he's educated, so maybe things would improve, but they haven't.
Like millions of Tunisians, Ayman relies on state-subsidised food. That includes flour, sugar, vegetable oil. Their import costs have soared, but politicians have maintained the subsidies because of the fear of social unrest.
Since the so-called 2011 democratic transition, successive governments have opted for continuity, but growth is stagnant and prices have gone up, particularly because of the Russia-Ukraine war.
And youth unemployment is close to 40%, according to the International Labour Organization. Little change from the 2011 revolution that ousted an autocratic president and sparked the Arab Spring. Yusra Naji has a degree in fine arts. She hasn't worked for 7 years.
The revolution demands were employment, liberty, national dignity, but unfortunately, until today, this slogan is just a slogan. It's a shame on Tunisia that it invested in our education, and then those graduates go overseas.
Last year, President Kais Saied rejected a $1.9 billion bailout loan from the International Monetary Fund because he said foreign diktats would lead to more poverty. Cuts to subsidies were one of the loan terms. This year, Tunisia will pay back $4 billion to foreign creditors. That's 40% more than last year. So now the IMF may be harder to resist. Bernard Smith, Al Jazeera, Tunis.
The United Kingdom has announced it is giving up the sovereignty of the Chagos Islands to Mauritius in a deal that will secure the future of a key U.S. military base on the atoll of Diego Garcia, while allowing islanders displaced for the past 5 decades a right of return. Al Jazeera's Jonah Hall reports.
For years, the people of the Chagos Islands have petitioned to be heard. In world courts and at the UN, they've asked for the right to determine their future. Not for the first time, the British government has done it for them.
We've been stabbed in the back by the British government again.
Over the question of self-determination.
Self-determination, very important.
The Chagos Islands were occupied by Britain in a deal that gave Mauritius its independence in 1968. The indigenous Chagosians became refugees, resettled in Mauritius, the Seychelles and the UK. Now Britain's last colony in Africa will return to Mauritian sovereignty, and many Chagosians who hope to go home fear their identity may be wiped out. So what options do you think are open to you?
I mean, right now, frankly, I don't know. Perhaps we have to sit down, assess, and see what campaign we have to start now for at least before everything gets implemented. Like the British government, at least we have the decency to listen to us.
As part of the new agreement with the Mauritian government, Britain retains a 99-year lease on Diego Garcia, one of the islands and home to a joint UK-US military base. The British government describes the decision as historic, righting the wrongs of the past, protecting international security. But for members of the Chagosian community in the UK, it's not that simple. They see it as a double betrayal.
All the states in the world should respect the right to the self-determination. Again, where is our identity? Are we Mauritian? Are we Chagosian? Are we British citizens?
No one asked them in 1968. No one has asked them now. Jonah Hull, Al Jazeera, Crawley.
Severe flooding in Bosnia and Herzegovina has led to widespread devastation, killing at least 16 people. Entire communities are submerged, with homes, roads, and infrastructure severely damaged. Authorities have declared a state of natural disaster in part of the country and warned that the death toll could rise as rescue efforts continue.
Hundreds of people are stranded in Bosnia and Herzegovina after heavy rains triggered landslides and flash floods. The towns of Jablanica and Kiseljak in the central and southern regions are among the worst affected.
I went out on my terrace and saw water everywhere. The road to the capital Sarajevo is flooded. It's horrific. The floodwaters went into people's homes. Everything is destroyed.
Entire neighborhoods are submerged, with only rooftops visible. Continuous rain and damaged infrastructure are hampering rescue operations. Many roads are impassable and bridges have collapsed, leaving some communities completely cut off. Bosnian authorities have declared a disaster in the worst-hit areas and allocated all available resources to the rescue and recovery efforts. It's some of the most severe flooding the southeastern European country has seen since 2014, when more than 25 people were killed. Authorities have urged residents to comply with evacuation orders after meteorologists warned more rain is forecast for the coming days. Axel Zaimovic, Al Jazeera.
This brings us to the end of the regional and global news coverage. Up next is the 3-day weather forecast. And that's it, TV2 Headline News for this Friday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to follow us on Facebook and YouTube. We will be off for the weekend, but you can tune in on Monday at 7 p.m. for more news. Until then, please take care of yourself and each other and do have a wonderful weekend.